Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We are going to be opening box number 4. So we hope you enjoy. I said that totally weird. There we go. And we are going to be opening this box, whether you like it or not. There we go. And now we are going to start with our first pack. So last box we opened an Enchanted Cinderella and an Epic Megara. Let's see what we can open this time, and let's see if it'll top that box. First, we're starting off with Crikey, Rama, Fragile as a Flower, Clawhauser, Munchings and Crunchings, Vladimir. We got Iago, Ka, the Black Heron, and our first rare is Eliza Maza. Then we got Scrooge McDuck, the Shush Agent, and a foil ink amplifier. Very nice. Next pack. We got Anna, Raksha, Horned King, Clawhauser, Elanwi, I'm going to go ahead and say that, Launchpad, Search for Clues, Inscrutable Map, The Game's Afoot. Then we got Nick Wilde for our first rare. We got Get to Safety. And in, yes, a Legendary Goliath. That is just what we wanted. Here we go. And that was only the second pack of the box. Let's see how good it gets. We got Fergus McDuck, Hermes, Junior Woodchuck Guidebook, Francine, Flash, Chomp, Webby Vanderquack, Flintheart Glom Gold, David Sanatos. We got Pluto the Steel Champion. We got a Legendary Demona and a foil Diablo. That is just crazy. So I think box number 1, we had everything at the bottom. Box 2, we had everything on the top. Box 3 was a mix, and I think this one's just everything's on the top. But we will see. Fergus McDuck, Brom Bones, Demona, Minnie Mouse, Shanti, Big Nose, Ink Runner, Blessed Bagpipes, Zootopia. Our first rare is Baloo. And then we got a Legendary Daisy Duck and a foil Elanwi, because I'm still not sure how to say her name. Alright, so we got our 3 legendaries within the first 4 packs. I don't know how the rest of the box is going to manage to beat this. Detective's Badge, Bronx, Swooping Strike, Minnie Mouse, Headless Manhorse, Ka, Chef Louie. We got Whisper Flynn Rider, the Robot Queen. For our first rare, we got the Castle of the Horned King. We got Lady Tremaine for our super rare. And then we got a foil Bronx. Detective's Badge, Tinkerbell, Elsa, But I'm Much Faster, Goofy, Baloo, Scuttle, Malicious, Mean, and Scary, Black Heron. Then for our first rare, we have Goldie O'Gilt. We got the Horn King for our super rare, and a foil Sudden Scare. Love the artwork on that. We got Daisy Duck, Mother Gothel, Cauldron Born, Francine, Mrs. Beakley, Finnick, Goliath, Webby's Diary, Gwythaint. Then we got Spooky Sight for our first rare. We got Gazelle for our second. And we got a foil David Sanatos. Very nice. We got Mickey Mouse, Tinkerbell, Demona, Headless Horseman, Raja, Vladimir, Olaf, Might Solve a Mystery, Hook Hand. We got Magica Does Spell for our first rare. We got Mickey Mouse, Amber Champion for our second. And then we got a foil Baloo. We got Li Shang starting off, Raksha, the Horned King, Basil, Higgins, Webby Vanderquack, Duckworth, Pluto, Bellwether. We got the Whisper Aladdin for our first rare. We got Ichabod Crane for our second. And Cricky as our foil. There we go. Got Henwen, Shere Khan, Magica Does Spell, Putting It All Together, Flash, Baloo, Tinkerbell, still love the art, Pluto, Bellwether. Then for our first rare, we got Cold Stone. I don't think I've opened him yet. When you play this character, if you have 2 or more gargoyle character cards in your discard, gain 2 lore. That is very cool. Then we got the Cheshire Cat Cheshire Cat for our super rare. And we got a foil Swooping Strike. It should really be an easier way to open cards other than like using scissors, because you never know, if you're not paying attention, you could cut off the top of the cards, God forbid. But it could happen to anybody. Gurgi, then we got Flotsam, Whisper Beast, Recovered Page, Katrina Van Tassel. Then we got Megara for our first rare. We got Illuminary Tunnels for our super rare. When you have a character here, this location gets +1 lore for each other location you have in play. While you have a character here, you pay 1 less to play locations. Very nice. And then we got a foil Fergus McDuck. We got Mickey Mouse, Peter Pan, Lena Saberwing, Inspector Tezuka, Elanwi, Flotsam. We got Whisper Beast, Aries, Whisper Gaston, and then we got Goofy, Emerald Champion. We got Hans for a super rare, and a foil Be Gone. We got Genie, Ghostly Tale, Lena Saberwing, Inspector Tezuka, Della's Moon Lullaby, Webby Vanderquack, Search for Clues. We got Whisper Merlin. He hurled his thunderbolt. We got Chief Bogo. During your turn, this character can't be dealt damage. Your other characters gain the detective classification. That is very cool. And then we got Next Stop Olympus. It's an action. If you have a character with 5 or more in play, you pay 2 less to play this action. Ready chosen character, they can't quest for the rest of this turn. The next time they challenge another character this turn, gain 1 lore. Oh my gosh. We got an epic Horned King. That is just amazing. Here we go. That is very nice. We got Rapunzel, Shere Khan, Cauldron Born, The Twins, Munchings and Crunchings, So Be It, Scrooge McDuck, Performance Review, Whisper Zeus, and we got Castle Wyvern for our first rare. We got Donald Duck, Ruby Champion for our second rare, and Inscrutable Map for our foil. Look at this. The card is damaged, but it's in the middle of the card. It looks like almost like something ran across it. That is very interesting. But then again, I'm always the one who finds items that are done in a printing industry when they are messed up. I find them very interesting because how? That's my thoughts. Donald Duck, Gurgi, Launchpad, Nana, Mushu's Rocket, Zootopia. Then we got Creeper for our first rare. We got Sebastian for our second. And then we got an epic The Horseman Strikes. That is nice. So that's already 3 legendaries and 2 epics. All we need is an enchanted and it'll beat the last box. We're starting off with Li Shang, Brooklyn, Elsa, Basil, Goofy, Aquila, Sudden Scare, Malicious, Mean, and Scary, Lexington. Then for our first rare, we got Ink Amplifier. We have Goofy, Galumphing Gumshoe. Interesting. When you play this character and whenever he quests, each opposing character gets -1 until the end of next turn. And then we got a foil The Twins. We got Daisy Duck, Brom Bones, skipping, Magica Dispel, Nick Wilde, Mrs. Beakley, former Shush agent, Finnick, Ichabod Crane, Emily Quack Faster. Does that mean that they want her to talk faster? Broadway. Then we got Duckburg for our first rare. We got Fairy Godmother's Wand for our super rare. And a foil Whisper Flynn Rider. That is our third one. That is very cool. Can't say no to those. In our next pack, we got Anna, Bronx, Swooping Strike, Clawhauser, Raja, So Be It, Sudden Scare, Blessed Bagpipes, Lexington. Then we got Mare Wind Dancer. Then we got our legendary Prince Charming and a foil Ghostly Tale. On to our next pack. We got Promising Lead, Dragonfire, Junior Woodchuck Guidebook, Hudson, Higgins, Chomp, Mulan, Time to Go, Judy Hopps, and then we got the Horseman Strikes as our first rare, Enigmatic Inkcaster as our second, and a foil Baloo. Henwin, Mother Gothel, Violet Saberwing, Hudson, Della's Moon Lullaby, Big Nose, Search for Clues, Scrooge McDuck. We got Whispered Jasmine. We got Mowgli for our first super rare. We got Little John for our second. And Della Duck for our foil. All right, now we got Promising Lead again. Brooklyn, Demona, Headless Horseman, Headless Man Horse, Jetsam, Performance Review, Gwythaint, Ink Runner. Then we got the Bitterwood for our first rare. We got Kristoff for our second rare. And then we got a foil Illuminary Tunnels. Very nice. Now we are on to our last three packs. We'll start with the Gaston. And we got Henwin's Visions, Peter Pan, Mushu, But I'm Much Faster, Della Duck, Jetsam, Mulan, Iago, Goliath. For our first rare, we got Can't Hold It Back Anymore. Then we got Legendary Webby Vanderquack and a foil Pluto. This box has had a lot of legendaries. When I finish the last two packs, I'll go ahead and show them off. I think this one beats the statistics. Next pack, we have Genie, Rama, Fragile as a Flower, Putting It All Together, Shanti, Aquila, Terran, Nibs. We got Time to Go. We have Judy Hopps for our first rare. We have Minnie Mouse, Amethyst Champion for our second rare, and So Be It for our foil. And then for our very last pack of the box, box number 4. Let's hope we get something good. We are starting off with Henwin, Ghostly Tale, Cauldron Born, Nick Wilde, Della Duck, Ka, Sleepy Hollow, or Rewrite History, The Great Illuminary, and then for our first rare, we got Blue. Then we got Illuminary Tunnels for our super rare, and a foil Basil. So now, just to show, if I can get them out, we have gotten, I believe, 5 legendaries. Then we got the 2 epics. Yes, that is 5 legendaries and 2 epics. The Horned King and the Horseman Strikes. Then we got Daisy Duck, Prince Charming, Goliath, foil Goliath, Demona, and Webby Vanderquack. Well, if you enjoyed our video, please like and subscribe and comment, please. We would love to hear from you guys, hear what you guys have opened, and just enjoy. Thank you guys. See you next time.